right? That's not Claw, that's
Carry's
carry.
good. Carry's okay. It's just as dangerous because there's a Lugia on the other end. So if ever you do get caught out in the bush, it's over.
Will the Bees finally get their revenge from last season? Match point for Falcons APBREN. Welcome to the English Desk. My name is Ingan. Together with me is, of course, Naisu. And Naisu, the power play of Falcons APBREN, forcing the Super Family to ban out the Hanabi. No one wants the Hanabi-Lolita combination. Wait, what do you call that again?
You know what? I've heard different combinations of it. I said in the trailer that you didn't ask for, Hanabita.
I think my favorite one was Lita.
Lita? Either way, it's basically respect. And I love it too. FNATIC ONIC going with the 3 war tries again this time around for this lineup. Just like we saw them do previously. And I think if they can control this early game and get and play around the fact that they are going for this damage-centric lineup and even emblem setup, it's great for them. But also, if they take something from the last game, remember, it was very slow to start with. Hold on. King Kong, he wants to fight this. Okay, he's going to pounce on out of there. But that's the thing. FNATIC ONIC, very slow start, at least like the game as a whole in the last one. And then it just slipped out of the hands so quickly.
Yeah, for FNATIC ONIC, I mean, I think they want to replicate what happened during game number 1, but copy what Falcons APBREN did, which was dominate the early game. Although it was relatively slow, it ended around the first Lord. And with FNATIC ONIC's lineup, Kelra using that Ruby, they want to go for the early game. They don't want to go for the late game because, again, they have to deal with game number 3. Fatigue's going to kick in. And with Kelra's signature Ruby, I think there's a high chance that we might see a game number 3.
We'll see if we can. Dude, I feel like I speak for a lot of people. We want a game 3.
Yeah.
Like, we need that to happen with the teams, like these two teams, the way it's been. We have to get a game 3 upon us. That's the diversion we're going to be used. Brusco, once again, front of it all. Trying to zone them out. It's going to go actually forward. Penalty zone 2 on the backside. King Kong gets the turtle. And now they're going to be forced to flight. Flap takes a couple of shots. The chains are going to throw Kirk up in the air. And it looks like they might just be able to back off and disengage from this as objective is secured.
That's how you utilize the Louis early game. Usually we've seen Louis, normally the most crucial times where in the diversion plays happen are during the mid to the late game. But in this case, it was used right away, especially for Kirk. So Kirk could actually go in that turtle fight. Yeah. But similar to what happened to game number 1, does this really bother Falcons APBREN that they had to let go of the first turtle? I mean, first game,
I don't think it does, yeah.
All turtles was secured by FNATIC.
And that's the thing. That's where that veterancy, that's where that experience of, just how dominant FCAP has been around the world for the most part, plays its part. If they give up the 3 turtles, they're usually taking something else across the map, or they're finding a favorable trade elsewhere. And then when it comes down to the Lords, that's where they really start to, turn things into gear here.
Yeah, turn the engine on. But I think it matters more now because, again, the early game-centric lineup of FNATIC ONIC will be activated if they continue to get those turtles. But a quiet diversion play here up top. Will they go for the mid or will they go for the top? I think they'll just go for the purple instead.
Yeah, I think, we saw this, we saw glimpses of this yesterday too, where, especially with the Louis, like the diversions can change the courses of games, especially, if you don't find the most successful ones, there's always a potential for this one game-changing diversion, full send of the team.
Yeah, plus paired up with the Tigreal.
Yeah.
Oh, it could go either way. Plus, Keller also has the Ruby again, so a lot of setups actually from FNATIC ONIC. And this is where Owen will come in hand. It will come into play. The shield needs to be casted at the right moment, specifically when Kirk also has the Primal Wrath. So you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. The damage coming in from King Kong, plus the ult coming in from Kirk.
Okay. Objective up here for the taking. FNATIC goes ahead and starts it up. We'll see if FCAP decides to contest this one. They are going to get ready. Still, the purple buff going to be worked on, though. And it looks like... Whoa! Whoa! Phew! They don't need Kyle Teasy to be there. Phew goes, gets the turtle.
Wow! What a steal! You were talking about veterancy a while ago. This is a perfect example of veterancy.
I want to say veterancy and also like a sprinkle of luck because retribution was used from King Kong.
At this point, man, Phew, you continue to amaze us. Looking at the Infinix instant replay, proper timing here for the captain of Falcons, APBREN. Look at that with the Zask.
After you do something like that, we've all done it playing MLBB. That's when you're just like, yeah, calculated.
Yeah, calculated.
Just like this. Again, diversion going to be used. They get the turret right into Few. They want to pay back. Ogwin gets the stun off, but to no avail as he falls too. 2 down. 2 here for pickup for Fnatic, and now they might be looking for more. Put pressure to the mid lane. FCAP has to answer it. Defensive too. Flap TZ, penalty zone going to be used. Revenge strike also landing on King Kong. Will he be able to survive it? Looks like he does with a sliver of health. And Super Marco gets forced off as well.
Okay, this is what we were telling you about, guys. The combination of the diversion and the implosion came into play as they take down both Few and Flap TZ. And this is what you want if you're Fnatic ONIC. Really utilize the Kelra, the Kelra Ruby, and of course the hero of Super Friends, the Lu Yi.
The Lu Yi.
We've been seeing this a lot of times, but looking at the MPL fan comment. Okay, I'll try to translate it. It's okay, Super Friends is using the Lu Yi. So basically, the fans of Fnatic ONIC are confident because they've seen Super Friends rock this Lu Yi, and I think all of them are saying, we're going to Game 3.
Again, I think that's what everybody's hoping for, man. You know, at this point, you do agree. I'm glad you're here on the desk too. Translate the Tagalog, man, because you know, sometimes I also get my nose bleeds.
Yeah.
My nose is bloodening in English. Right?
Oh, diversion.
Diversion again, right on target. But enhanced swords get on out of there.
Okay, it's a go signal.
It's a go signal.
It's a go signal for Falcons APBREN.
All right, they have to go ahead. They know the answer. They don't want to give this turtle just freely over, and now Kirk can get forced out, still holding on. They're going to jump in. Kelra finds the pole. Now they look for the implosion too. Penalty zone to answer into a Numenon blast as well. As Brusco goes down and Kirk to follow. King Kong still trying to stay alive, but now he's on the run as 3 members of Fnatic ONIC have fallen to FCAP.
What an amazing counterplay. That was a beautiful implosion from the start from Brusco, but Kyle TZ still not done. On to Super Friends here. And to top that all, did you know who got the last turtle? It was Few!
It was.
It was Few again!
It was a whole lot just thrown into that turtle pit. And right now, Fnatic ONIC, I feel like they're feeling like, you know, we have all these tools, all this utility to set things up for ourselves between the Edith, the Tigreal. Hell, Kelra got multiple members pulled there. But it's like, but then what? Once that setup is there, where's that follow-up damage?
Yeah. And to top things off, again, the panel have been saying that if you think if you haven't seen Super Marco, if you haven't felt it, that's a problem because Super Marco's just been farming up. Look, the KDA 003 has already been activated, and the precise positioning coming in from Super Marco. I mean, look at the crowd control coming in from Fnatic ONIC. That's 4 if you count Super Prince as well, but still. Marco even has the Purify. Did pop it during the last clash, so
yep.
That's scary. That's scary for the Sonics.
You know what's scary,
What's
Ingan,
scary?
is that I feel like Few is the jungler now. And if he does this, if he ends up doing this for the Lord, you know the meme, right? I don't know if you've seen the movie, but where he looks at him, he says, I'm the captain now. Few is, he's looking at Kyle TZ, I'm the jungler now, because twice now he's gotten the turtle. We'll see if he pulls it off for the Lord, but I feel like that's what's scary for Fnatic. They're like, man, we zone out Kyle TZ. We're able to keep him away from the objective, but somehow these objectives are still going to FCAP.
And again, Brusco even had a perfect implosion play with the Sacred Hammer combination. So clearly, Falcons APBREN always has a plan for those potential setups coming in from Fnatic ONIC. And the best part is, even if the clash was messy for both teams, I could safely say that Few's turtle steal was actually calculated. He just throw it randomly. It was really precise. So right now, Fnatic ONIC, they lost 2 turtles, and with the momentum on the Falcons side, they need to secure this Lord. Because again, if it reaches the midpoint to the late game, you have Super Marco really activated, but I'm offended play. We'll catch Flap TZ off guard here, but the clash will still not continue.
Okay.
Okay.
You might have to wait for that. I think for Fnatic, you know, if they don't make that play, again, this is a crucial ultimate that isn't available to them right now, so they kind of want to slow things down. Kelra waits for it to back up. It's a very short cooldown, but still at this point, positioning for Fnatic is what's so important here. And they should honestly have an advantage when it comes to positioning because of a diversion. Like, they can play around that. And there's, again, a pull. It's going to be Few. They get rid of Few. So as we were just talking about Few turning things around objectively, he's out of the picture now.
Wow.
And so Fnatic, knowing they have this advantage.
Diversion.
Diversion's going to be used. Where are they going to send it? Into the bush. And they go in with a huge implosion. Able to find a couple of members. Winter Crown going to be used as well. And they get stunned up and knocked up. And now, as they fall to King Kong with a double, that'll be a Lord as well for Fnatic.
During the interview, FNATIC ONIC only needed trust. They have to trust each other for their chemistry to work. And with their backs against the wall during that point, that diversion play was all they needed to turn things around as they get the first Lord. Huge pickup on Few.
Didn't we just say that? They should have the advantage when it comes to positioning. They
yes.
did it. And even before that, wait for Kelra to have the I'm offended because it is such a crucial, valuable ultimate for them. And so all those things stacked together now brings Fnatic in a good position to start knocking on the doors here of FCAP.
Yeah, but I still think they have a natural timer here for ending the game number 2 at an early stage because, again, Super Marco still hasn't died, has the carry, can burst down Brusco, Kelra, Kirk, everyone when it reaches the 16, the 18-minute mark. But again, the diversion will come into play here as they use it once again. Where are they going to go?
They use it again.
Okay.
Up top.
Just to aid the Lord. Now the Lord marching in the top lane. They have the kit to defend this and save all inhibitor turrets. But let's see if there's going to be a huge implosion play or I'm offended play from Kelra or Brusco. Intense defense is needed here from the Falcons as they defend and burst down the Lord. So, okay, still a good sign for FNATIC ONIC. But again, when it comes to the late game, like, who are you going to go right after? Because Few, eventually the damage per second is going to hurt. Even Super Marco, and you have to watch out also for Kyle Teasy because Kyle Teasy has been dishing out the damage that he needs.
I don't know. I think we'll see if they get it. Because right now, late game in question here. FlapTeasy going to be jumping in with the penalty zone on the backside, but look at the damage he's going to take. Has to pop the Winter Crown again. They're going to force back Brusco as well.
Marco?
Does Brusco re-engage this? They're stopped at the turret here. And that might be FNATIC ONIC calling off to retreat. So going back to it, you just saw what FCAP is still capable of doing. They've defended their base. They lost the Holy Shields on those base turrets, but I would say Fnatic got what they wanted. They were kind of testing the water to see if they could get any more.
Yeah, plus no trades for Falcons APBREN. Although I got the call of Falcons APBREN because they know that the Earth Shatter was wasted. So in terms of kits, FNATIC ONIC's now limited. But did you see Super Marco though? Despite the implosion being there, despite the flickers coming in ready for Kelra, he's still dashing in.
Yeah.
That's how confident Marco is right now. I want to see what items he has right now as Super Prince picks up the Holy Crystal. Oh,
there we go.
They show the items. So he has the Trinity build here. Still not going for any defensive items. So he can really burst down anything. One catch from FlapTeasy is all Super Marco needs to be activated.
Yeah, I feel like that's the play here for FCAP, and that's why we saw Flap do that. He jumped in, he jumped forward, he used the flicker. You know, he's got Winter Crown, so once that is available too, he can buy some more time, and then you follow up with Ogwyn for him to do that. Because again, this is a Lolita running your Revitalize, right? Doesn't have the flicker this available for that kit, that interaction we see so often. So it's up to Flap. Flap has to find those setups. And you, again, going back to the late game question, yeah, Super Marco at some point, this carry is really going to hurt.
Yeah.
And so right now, Fnatic plays with the positioning here for this next Lord.
Okay, the problem I'm seeing for Falcons APBREN side is Flap doesn't have his flicker, and Ogwyn resorted to Revitalize. So in terms of setups, it's more if they want to go for the counter-attack as FNATIC ONIC bursting down the Lord.
They're going to go for it. Ogwyn jumping in the front side, and now they get the lockdown too. Kyle Teasy in trouble. King Kong will get the Lord. And now FlapTeasy takes way too many shots. Pops the Winter's Crown. Still going to be alive for now in FCAP. Looking for more on the fight. King Kong jumps in for Kyle Teasy. Might have been off too much though. Takes a couple shots. Dodges. Survives it all. And they go back in for the fight. Fnatic jumps in to clap back at FCAP. And they find Flap as well. Kyle Teasy trying to cut them off. Trying to disengage.
Diversion.
There's the diversion right into the bush on top. They're going to be able to find Few. But Brusco gets punished. Kirk will pop the Primal Wrath. And one unleashes down. King Kong joins the fight, finds the pounces, and gets more. here, win a crown once again, but it's not enough. It's a wipeout. FNATIC ONIC does it and turns the game in their favor, and they'll walk in with the last minion to take it to where everybody wanted to go. It's a game 3.
Absolute cinema. Fantastic comeback win for the Super family. Wow, looking at the 2 games, Naisu, these are games that you didn't expect it would end, but it ended right away. Whew.